All right, so little update. This Euro JPY is about to hit my PT that I posted in chat this morning. I mean, yep, there it is. Boom. All right, so taking out high of day here. We're cleaning out that buy side. If you go to the Forex chat, I posted a chart in there of that earlier. Had about everything that I wanted. Had a few things. I mean, I can't really say it had a larger time frame level. Some people consider the 1 hour a larger time frame level, but yeah, it didn't have a 4 hour level really, and it didn't have that daily level. It was off of that 1 hour. So all right, let's get into it real quick. I think I'm going to start with Forex real quick, and we're going to work down that watch list, and then we'll get into small caps, go over futures and all that. So let's go over to Forex real quick first. Let's do that. All right, so I posted several charts in there this morning. Okay, we had a pretty active watch list overall. So let's scroll up and let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got a shit ton of charts, right? So the first ticker I posted is AUDJPY. I said, not ready yet, but you want to keep an eye on that daily order block. That's what OB stands for. It's short for order block. So just recently closed in that daily bullish fair value gap, that's bullish, and is approaching that daily. Wait a second. Oh, I think I meant to say, order block on that, not fair value gap. We already closed in the fair value gap. Once it tests that level, watch out for that lower time frame reaction. And when I say lower time frame reaction, all I mean is we want to see that lower time frame shift in market structure. Okay, you want to see a really strong move on your lower time frame, shift in structure, fair value gap. You want all that good stuff, right? So that's AUDJPY again. You want to keep it on that one whenever it does. And then I posted AUD and CD. So again, for anybody that's just now joining the chat, I'm going through the Forex watch list section. I'm going through all these charts real quick. So if you're lost, go to the Forex watch list section. I posted several charts this morning. So AUD and CD, I indicated, you see how I posted, like, I indicated I think it's going to trade up into those larger time frame levels. And when it does, I would look for a hard rejection. Okay, again, it doesn't have to. It could rip up, break those highs. Anything can happen. But once it trades up into that level on your larger time frame, look for that lower time frame reaction, because we got several larger time frame levels in there. We got that old low inside of the fair value gap. And if you refer back to my series on support and resistance, what did I teach you? Whenever you have an old low like that inside of an imbalance, many times they are very, very sensitive price points, right? So we got that old low inside of the fair value gap, and right above that, you have your bearish order block on the daily chart. So you got several levels of resistance up in there with that fair value gap. Once we trade up into that level, I would look for that lower time frame reaction, show that it's respected, and then you could look for possible setups at the downside once it's able to do so, right? GBP CAD, same deal, bullish order block, you see that. And let's see, AUD CAD. So I indicated on AUD CAD, I think we're going to trade up into that 4 hour and sell off. And Euro JPY, this was my play this morning, okay? This was my play this morning. So if you look at this chart, Forex watch list section, Euro JPY, I said Euro JPY is bullish. Old high inside of the fair value gap, also bullish order block. Okay, so that chart I posted in there, that is a 1 hour chart. See how that old high I have indicated with a horizontal blue line is inside of that bullish fair value gap? Again, like I just said a second ago, whenever you have an old high inside of a bullish fair value gap like that, think basic support and resistance, but when we combine the concept of the fair value gap with that, it becomes very, very powerful. Remember, old highs broken becomes support going forward inside the fair value gap, really powerful level. But also right below that, we got the bearish order block. Okay. And some people ask me, why do I use the body of the candles for the order blocks now? Because I used to do the wicks. You might be thinking, well, what about that wick right there? I use the body for for bullish bearish order blocks now, because that's where the bulk of the volume is, put simply. Okay. And wherever the bulk of the volume is traded, that's where you'll typically, more times than not, that's where you'll get your best follow through, right? So that's where we got that. Okay. That was that. So we tested both levels, right? We came down, we traded down to the first one, and then we tested the bearish, or not the bearish, the bullish order block, and we tested our institutional price level, which is what? Can any of y'all tell me what institutional price levels are? We went over it in our last live session. Anybody at all? Nobody knows. All right, well, we got 0, 0, we got 20, we got 50, we got 80, right? 0, 0, 20, 50, 80. Those are your institutional price levels. So we got our 80 institutional price level in there with our levels of support, right? So that's what we got there. And then you can see just beautiful, beautiful retracement. It retraced lower back down into a discount. All right, so what's our dealing range, right? What's our dealing range on this? Well, we take the low of London, okay, which is also what? Which is low of day. And we take the high. That also marked. We didn't quite get key Fibonacci, which is 61% for me, but still it traded down into a discount marketplace. Okay, what's a discount marketplace? Again, below 50% equilibrium. I took low of day to the high of day. That's our dealing range this morning, right? And then what did price do? It sold off this morning down below 50% equilibrium, discount marketplace, and tested several levels of support. And also consider the fact that we are operating within a bullish market structure on the daily chart, right? Look at that daily chart. That's 100% bullish, 100% confirmed bullish to the upside. We're trading with the overall trend. We're trading with the overall tide, and it looks like it's about to take out this high right here from the 21st of February. See that swing high on the daily? That's where we headed towards. That's that drawn liquidity. That's where we're about to tag most likely. Okay. So we'll see if it can do so. Let's see. I think we about covered that one. Just a beautiful play all around on that one. Beautiful respect for its levels. All right, let's see. GBP is bullish. All right, let's pull up this one. That one didn't trade down into those levels. So GBP AUD, I had those levels posted, but that one never gave the move down into those levels. Same with GBP JPY, never gave the move. Euro AUD, never gave the move. All right, let's go over the majors now. So I posted some majors in there. All right, so 1 second. All right, so NCD USD. So you could see NCD USD, as I said in chat, bias is bearish. It traded up into those, or to that 4-hour bearish order block, aka your higher time frame level. That's what HTF stands for. It stands for higher time frame. So it traded up into your higher time frame level, 4-hour, not that long ago. Now it's looking weak here, right? So that was that level. You can see it popped up into that 4-hour bearish order block when? During London session. It popped up to that level during London session, sold off. And we did have that 30-minute, which I actually posted, which it didn't have any respect for that level. You see right there, I posted that 30-minute fair value gap. It popped up into it and just completely demolished it. So it didn't have any respect for that bearish fair value gap. And now it's taken out that swing level here. So we'll see what it does. It is looking a little bit strong here at the moment. But still, overall, NZD USD is still bearish. Okay, we're operating, or we're playing around with that larger time frame bearish order block here. But we'll see what it does. If it can't hold that level, another level to keep an eye on is, you see that big swing level on the 4-hour from the 17th? See that? From the wait a second. I think that's, yeah, the 17th. So the low of the 17th, see that big swing level right there on the 4-hour inside the fair value gap? If it can't respect this level, it pops up, it draws up into that bearish imbalance, which it very well may, because it hasn't been tapped into. If it decides to violate that swing level, trade up into that, that's where I would keep your eyes. Okay, that's where you want to keep your eyes, is that old swing level inside of that fair value gap. Alrighty. Let's see what else we got cooking. Let's see. What did that Euro USD ended up doing? Yep, it did. So I actually was talking about Euro USD. I talked about it a few times this morning. I said overall it's bearish, but short term it's bullish. What do I mean by that? Well, the larger time frame chart is bearish. I mean, we can clearly see it's bearish. It's been consistently getting beaten up, and there's just no signs of strength on it. I posted that bullish order block the other day, but there's really been no respect for that level, okay? And that's key. You always want to keep an eye out for that lower time frame reaction. We never really got a major lower time frame reaction off that daily bullish order block, right? So this morning, I posted a few levels on Euro USD. For a possible reaction to the downside, I posted that 4-hour. I posted that 4-hour bearish order block, larger time frame level on the 4-hour chart. Again, Forex watch list section. It's in there that I posted. And then you had that old swing low level inside of that bullish or not bullish, that bearish fair value gap on the 4 hour. See that old swing point inside of it? Boom. But as I said, I posted another chart. Let me scroll forward real quick. I said, wait, let me find it. Euro USD would be a counter trend trade, but it's coming down into a bullish OB here on the 15-minute and bullish fair value gap. Decent RR. RR means risk reward. If you were to take it up into that higher time frame level of resistance, so you can see I pinpointed that I think it's going to trade down into that 15-minute, which it did. That 15-minute bullish order block, it completely closed in that fair value gap, and then boom, huge rocket up into those larger time frame levels. So that one, that counter trend trade that I pointed out there, that one just played out perfectly. Okay, so that one, and good. It was, I mean, it's a counter trend trade, but it was really solid risk reward. I got to say, if you were risking that low there, just solid risk reward on that play, and beautiful respect for that level. And it kind of followed with that Euro JPY. All right, let's see. GBP USD, huge rip. It basically violated those levels. That larger time frame level I posted this morning, that bearish order block, that old low. Didn't have a lot of respect for that level, so we'll see what that ends up doing. But right now it's looking pretty bullish. But yeah, solid morning though. That Euro JPY is just a beautiful play. Paid out really nicely, and I still think it has more in the tank. Most definitely, I think this still has more in the tank. Pay yourself, most definitely, but I think this is definitely, most likely, I'm not going to say definitely because we're dealing with the market here, we're dealing with trading, anything can happen, but more than likely, what's this going to head for next? It's going to head for that major liquidity point in the daily, which I just pointed out a second ago for you. That's likely where we're gonna purge next, because this thing at the moment is just completely bullish. There's no signs of weakness on it, and it's getting really close. It's likely going to want to tag that level. Okie dokie. So we following along. Let's see. So ES just been going on a really nice rip this morning. I posted a level. If you navigate to the Forex watch list section, I posted some levels in there. It didn't ever test it, or didn't yet, but I posted a really nice 4 hour. Now the daily chart on ES, we're still operating within a bearish market structure right now. So larger time frame trend is currently bearish. But once we cleaned out those lows, we traded down to a discount. And what I had noted this morning was that 4 hour bearish order block. If you go to your 4 hour chart, you see that bearish order block. Again, I posted it in the futures, or bullish order block. I think I said bearish. It's a bullish order block. And I posted it in the futures section. See that? So once we do test that level, it would be a counter trend trade. It definitely would. But you could get a really nice bounce, possible scalp play off of that level. Okay, that is a 4 hour bullish order block. Again, futures, in the futures section, I posted it. And on the 1 hour chart, do we got anything interesting here? Also note on the 1 hour chart how it's nestled real nicely in there with that 1 hour bullish fair value gap imbalance. See that? It's nestled real nicely in there with that imbalance. And then you have an old high in there as well. So you got some pretty nice levels of support in that area if it's able to do so. All right. Now we do have some more support right here. Again, if you go back and watch the live recording later, you'll be able to see it. We have from, so it's basically, it's London's highs. So this morning, London's highs. See how we got that really nice large move up here just recently, just before 8:30. We had that next leg up higher, cracking London highs. So London highs is now a level of support as well. That if it pulls back into that level, you could catch a really nice retracement or a really nice bounce play. So yeah, that's ES. Those are some point of interest that you want to keep an eye on. Okay, I think we definitely got slim pickings like usual with small caps. All right, so AWIN. This one, I posted, if you look at the stock section this morning, I said AWIN 216 and 211 daily support. So we do got some daily support in there. Now it's starting to crack it, but it had a little bounce off of it right there at around 8:15 a.m. Eastern time. See, I had a little bounce off of it, but not much. And then it came back down into it. Now it's starting to crack those levels. It is looking pretty weak, looking pretty dead here. There's not a lot of volume towards it, but we'll see. If it can clear back above it, it's going to need to, because if it doesn't clear back above those levels, there's really nothing for me on this. Sure, we got $2 whole number support, but It's just pretty dead. The volume just ain't there on AWIN at the moment. CFRX making some moves. So this one's starting to make some really nice moves here, actually. Here, 1 second. Yeah, we got that level, but it's not the best. Really, the bulk of the support. The bulk of the support is like down in that $5 area, right below $5. So we got $5, which is what? $5 is whole number support. Remember, the whole number when we're dealing with equities, the whole number is your strongest level of support. It's your strongest psychological level of support, the whole number. And then you get your $half, and then you get your natural levels, 25-cent levels. So that is a level, that's an area that you want to keep an eye on. And then when you get your daily support right below that as well. Again, larger time frame levels are your best levels. They typically hold up the best. VWAP 485, so a lot of support down in that area. We'll see if it can give us a possible flush. MLEC, you already know what I'm going to do with that one. Bye-bye. It's getting cut off my list. It's just not worth keeping on there. Just crappy volume, awful chart. So I'm going to remove MLEC. Let's see. Do we got anything else? We went over that one. I'm going to remove VRAR as well. So I'm going to keep my focus on those two tickers. Y'all got anything else with small caps that's popping off? But again, it's a blessing. It's a blessing in disguise. I know, like, we want that hot market. And it's been dead for a while. Small cap's been dead for a while, but this is the market that's going to make you a really, really skilled trader, right? Because I mean, as I told my 1% club people in the past, this is the market that's really going to train your skills. Okay, because when it does get hot, when you do get a lot of stuff starting to pop off, I mean, you're going to clean up if you got the skills, that is. And those skills are built during markets like this. If you can survive markets like this, that says a lot. Let's see. Hello, Forex and indices. All right, good stuff. Mostly gold, S&P, Forex only. Options. Yeah, we definitely lacking in the options department. All right, DXY. So let's pull up DXY. All right, so daily chart DXY. Clearly right now at the moment, we're operating within a bullish market structure. Okay, what do I mean when I say we're operating within a bullish market structure? Well, we're consistently tagging these highs. We're consistently putting in higher lows. We're consistently trending up higher. So the daily momentum is to the upside on this. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. So the tide is to the upside. It's bullish right now. Okay, now let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's pinpoint, see if we got any levels or any points of interest. So on the 4-hour chart, we actually have a very interesting level. And if you're privy to my content, you're privy to how I trade. I'm sure you already see what I'm eyeing on the 4-hour chart. See that old high? Let's see, that's from the 23rd. So you see the high from the 23rd, see that? That's a really, and I mean a really nice level right there. Beautiful level. And it's inside of that fair value gap. Remember when that happens, really sensitive levels. So that is a higher time frame point of interest. I consider the 4-hour chart a higher time frame chart. Okay, 4-hour, daily, weekly, that's what I consider higher time frame levels. So that's a higher time frame point of interest. It's a level of support. Okay, so how would you play this? Well, the safest bet once it trades down into that level is to wait for that lower time frame reaction. What do I mean when I say that? Again, you want to see it come down and boom, you want to see a reaction. You want to see a shift in market structure. You want to see fair value gap confirmation. That's your best bet. Now, you could play that 4-hour structure, but I'm saying if you want to minimize your risk a bit more, that's what you would do. You could grab it as it comes down into that support and just risk the low of that bullish fair value gap. You would be playing the structure and you could tag those highs right there, target those highs right there. That's still beautiful risk reward on that play and you're trading with the trend. But if you want to minimize your risk even more, utilize smaller time frames like 1 hour, 15 minute, look for that confirmation. And you can really minimize that risk a lot more. Yeah, most definitely. That one's making the best moves. That's where all the action, all the activity is. We got some daily support in the 530s as well. Not the best level, but in the 530 area, we got some daily support inside of that imbalance. So that's where I got my eyes right now for a dip by play. And then again, the bulk of the support is like right below $5. But that's kind of a stretch, and this thing's really strong at the moment, showing no signs of strength. Probably not going to give that sell off down into that area. It could, but likely not. It probably ain't going to happen. So in that 530 area, and then right below it, you got 525, which is what? It's natural psychological support. That's where you want to keep your eyes. Let's see, USD CAD. Did I talk about that one? I don't think I did. So USD CAD, I posted that chart in there in Forex watchlist section as well. I posted a few levels that owed high inside of the fair value gap. Didn't really respect that level, but then it came down and it is starting to show signs of bottoming out right here off of that 4-hour bullish order block. See that on the 4-hour chart on USD CAD. See how we're playing around with that 4-hour higher time frame level at the moment. Okay, it's still bearish on the, even on like the 15-minute structure, still bearish, but swing low level put in, well, you would want to give it more time, and it probably ain't going to give a play today within the kill zone. But in the next couple days, I could see this one giving us something. Okay, if it can, that's if it can give that reaction. That's key. We want to see that reaction. We want to see a little bit more strength coming to it first, but it is traded down into a larger time frame level at the moment. All right, we're coming up on 1 minute here for equity open. AWIN looking pretty weak. CFRX is where my main focus is going to be here. CFRX. All right, cracking $6. Whole number of resistance at the moment. And then we got another daily level right above 575. Let's see what ES is doing. ES trying to curl up right here. Let me double check this. 15-minute imbalance right there. It's likely going to want to draw into here soon. All right, we're coming up on 15 seconds till equity bell. All righty, well, let's get it. Let's see if we can get something. See if we can get something cooking here. All right, CFRX is just ripping really nicely here. Yep, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. So CFRX is halted to the upside. So that leaves us with this dog turd, AWIN. So let's see what this. So AWIN is playing around with $2, whole number support. But I already got a feeling, kind of like last Tuesday, I got a feeling it's probably with equities, it's probably going to be a no trade day. I'm just already got that feeling it's probably going to be the case. It's just there's just nothing out here. There's no high probability setups right now with small caps. AWIN is bouncing off of $2, whole number support. There's a nice little spike there off that level. Let's see if it can get some strength. It might save this morning for equities if it can start to give some strength here. But it has 210, which is daily resistance, and then right above that we got another daily level of resistance, which I believe is like 216 or something. And then 214 is VWAP. So we got several levels of resistance in here on AWIN that it needs to crack. 185, you get some daily support. All right, it's trying. AWIN is trying to push up. Okay, it's pushing up into VWAP now. All right, looks like ES is going to draw down into that imbalance here. That looks like it's where it's next. Probably get ahead here, that 15-minute imbalance. And yep, there it is. About to draw down into it. Boom, there it is. ES drawn down into that 15-minute bullish imbalance. So now it's tapping down into it. At this point, you might catch a nice little scalp here to the upside pretty soon on ES. Cleaned out those sell stops. As you can see, that was right before the bell. Yeah, I think, yep, there it is. So ES, again, it tapped down into that bullish imbalance, cleaned out those sell stops. So let's see if we can take out this high here now. It's not on like any larger time frame level. It's these, we're dealing with like lower time frame levels right here. 15-minute, cleaned out those lows. I pointed out the larger time frame levels earlier, but it's a ways away. I think this could give you a nice little scalp here to the upside pretty soon on ES. All right, AWIN making a new high of day. AWIN, new high of day. And boom, there's 223. There's 224. Yep, coming up into 225 now. Let's see if it can do it. Boom, there's 225, 226, 227. All right, starting to get some action over here. Starting to pick up a little bit. We might have a little something interesting here on this AWIN. See if Forex still halted. All right, AWIN pulling back into VWAP. We'll see what it does here. Let's pull back into these daily levels and VWAP. We'll see if we can hold these as support. Again, I'm at no trades with equities this morning. Only Forex. Right now, we're just observing. We're sitting on our hands. If we don't see a setup, then guess what? If I don't see a setup, I'm not going to force something. I'm going to sit on my hands, come back tomorrow with a new, fresh set of opportunities, right? We don't need to force anything. Market's open again tomorrow. It's open again after that, and after that, and after that, right? So AWIN is respecting. Oh, now it's getting slammed back down again. Let's see what it does with it. This is the second test of that level in VWAP. Let's see. Did it already get halted again? Yep. So CFRX got halted again right after coming off the halt to the downside this time. So I don't think that one's going to give us anything today. It's just gonna be the action this morning on CFRX. I don't think it's gonna give you an opportunity. AWIN's your best bet. So AWIN curling up now off of that daily, and boom, new high of day. Spiked through it, slammed off of it. See what happens here. There's 230. All right, we got some nice volume coming into this thing. Ooh. All right, let's see. All right, I got my eyes on it. Let's see if it can give me this flush. If it can, I may pull the trigger on this one. All right, there goes 0 AUD. Approaching that larger time frame buy side. And I'd say Euro GPY is next to take out that daily buy side. The larger time frame level that I noted just a second ago for you. We still haven't tagged it, but that's where it's drawing to at the moment. So it's going to want to take out that level right there. We'll see if it can do so. AWIN coming up on pre-market highs here. It's starting to peak up here. Let's take a look at that larger time frame. So a really nice move this morning. Let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart's ugly as shit. I don't really see any major resistance. We got yesterday's highs, obviously, and then we got that level, but that's a ways away. Let's see. I'm gonna mark that. Let's mark yesterday's highs. All right, we got 2650. Clearly, what's 2650? Pre-market high support, and then we got 26 whole number support, VWAP 2562. So you got several levels in there starting to pick up. I'm not sure if that's news or it's just starting to get some momentum here. All right, I'm going to do again, because for anybody that's just not joining, there's not a lot happening in small caps today. So I'm going to pivot, or I'm going to pivot over here to Forex real quick on this Euro JPY, and we're going to review this trade real quick. And I'm going to tell you everything I liked about it, everything I didn't like about it. And we're going to break this down. We're going to go over it, right? So I'm going to clear it off, and we're going to start from scratch. Daily chart. So can anybody tell me, when did this have a shift in market structure to the upside? So like, when did this have it switch from a bearish market structure to a bullish market structure on the daily chart, Euro JPY? When did that switch happen on this one? Can anybody tell me? Anybody at all? Yep, great work. February the 14th. That's where you had that shift. And then what did you have after that shift? You had a swing low level put in, or it's put it in right now. It is a little bit premature, but you had that shift and then you had your swing low level. It was a really, really, really explosive move to the upside. So even though I can't say it's 100% confirmed, which is a minus, but it is bullish. Clearly, daily trend is bullish. And then we did come down into that first imbalance. And yep, completely, or just about completely closed in that first imbalance. And then we popped up. And so it's definitely not an A+ setup, because we are missing a few things here. It's still a good looking play. All right. It's still a good looking play, but not A+, because even the larger time frame, we really didn't have anything in the larger time frame for a larger time frame level. We had the 4 hour, but there was really nothing there on the 4 hour. Sure, we closed in the first fair value gap, which is something, but the levels were really on the 1 hour. So the 1 hour levels, we had that old high inside of the fair value gap. That's number one. And then number two, we had that bearish, or not bearish, we had our bullish fair value, or our bullish order block. Okay. So those were our levels. Another bonus for the play, another plus for the play, is the fact that we had the influence of London session. Okay, I'm telling you, it's a night and day difference. The follow through I get when I have London in my favor. So if I'm bullish, if my bias is bullish, and I also have London session, the London session trend is bullish as well. It's way higher probability. Okay, I mean, you get way better follow through on plays like that. So we had London session. We did have some key levels of support. We had institutional price level at 80. 80 is that institutional price level. We traded down to a discount. So we had a few things I didn't. Oh, and we also had relative equal lows, which I didn't like. That was another minus for the play. See those relative equal lows. So far from A+. Good follow through, beautiful follow through, but far from A+. But good enough to trade, right? And let's see if anything else is popping off. Euro USD. Again, we went over Euro USD. Still bearish overall, but nice counter trend trade there down into that order block on the 15-minute. USD CAD still bouncing off of that larger time frame, 4 hour bullish order block, but structure bearish on the lower time frame. I would preferably like to see a little bit of a stronger, or I would like to see a shift in market structure on that lower time frame. All right, AWIN pulling back pretty hard here down into VWAP support. So we got VWAP support and we got natural support, which is 225. Could catch a little scalp here possibly on AWIN. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I was on AWIN. We're coming down to that daily support. It's smashing it. Or that previous level, that 225. CFRX is unhalted. So CFRX is unhalted. So we had it opened up with a gap down lower, popped up into that daily. Now it's rejecting off that, which is now daily resistance. I'm not messing with that CFRX. It just ain't worth it. Got my eyes on this AWIN. It might give me something. Might give me something here pretty soon. Even give me a little bit more of a retracement down into this daily support. And at this point, I believe we got key Fibonacci from that first glance. Yep, right on the penny actually. All right, note that 1 minute fair value gap, 223, the beginning of it. The view up right above it. All right, so I got my eyes on AWIN right now. That's what I'm watching at the moment. Might get a nice little scalp here, or nice little scalp play here pretty soon. Coming down into a couple levels of daily support. Let's see what it does here. All right. All right, I'm going to go long. AWIN, I'm going to go long. So small cap ticker. I just want a little push up into 225, all right? We ain't swinging for the fences or nothing. But we're coming down into a couple levels of daily support here. Key Fibonacci. We also have that 1 minute drawn liquidity up there. So I want this little pop up into 225. 225 is natural resistance, but it's also VWAP resistance, right? It needs to, preferably I want to see it make its move pretty swiftly here, because what have I told you in the past so many times? The best plays, it's with equities and with Forex, the best plays, they typically respect their levels quickly. They typically respect their levels quickly and they hit PT quickly. There usually isn't a lot of messing around. Okay. So that's what I want to see here. I don't want to see it chop around too much. All right. If we come to like 10 o'clock and it's doing the same, it's still like playing around this area, that's going to be your cue probably to look for the door. Okay. Or if we get a strong close below these levels, that as well. Because we're playing around with daily support right now. So I want to see it respect these levels pretty quickly. 225. Let's look at that draw, that fair value gap above. I mean, we haven't got it yet, but it's respecting that level. See how we're starting to get some buying interest towards this thing now? There's two coming up on 220. Again, 225 is my PT on this. So AWIN. Looking pretty good. We also have that 1 minute that it's serving as a draw. Yep, 221. Let's see it. Now let's get a pop. Don't you tease me. Don't you tease me, damn it. See it. Probably gonna be it after this one. If you got anything you want me to look at, feel free to type it in chat. I'll cover it before I hop off. But it's a nice day. It was a nice day. All right, 221. It's still battling, but still looking good. AWIN. Not pulling back now. Let's see what it does with this level. We need to see it hold it. I want to see it hold this level of support. All right, let's see where it closes. How it closes here is really important. All right, let's see. We're coming down into that next daily level of support here. We got this other layer of support right below that first one. Let's see what it does with this. All right, still in it. 205 is stop out point. 205. Still in it. Right now we're playing around with that daily support, that second level of daily support. Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm still in AWIN, but it ain't looking too bright. We'll give it a little bit more time here, see what it wants to do. And I'll also give y'all that Forex trade review a little bit later. I got a nice win of Forex this morning, which puts me overall green on the day. And yeah, so we'll see what this AWIN does. But I gotta say, it ain't looking too bright at the moment. And if this thing gives me a move, if it does give me a move, it's treading real lightly. It's getting pretty close to my stop out point. But if I can get a move back up into that first daily level, because remember, support when broken becomes what going forward? It becomes resistance. So if it can do so, if it can draw up into that little 1 minute imbalance, I'll just cut that one at break even, be done with it. Because this ain't the signature for a win and trade. Or this AWIN. So I'll be content if it can do that. Alrighty. So hopefully y'all got some value out of this. Again, I do it every Monday. Okay, as long as there's people showing up, I'll keep doing it. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I'll post the recording a little bit later. Y'all